Hi, everybody. Welcome to Live Lunch Break in the Telegraph Record Shop in New London. My name is Rick Coster for theday.com. And the first thing I want to do is, before we even get rolling, is I want to apologize because when we announced that there would be a lunch hiatus, several of you did not eat for 6 weeks. So I want you could have eaten. So I'm sorry about that. That was grim. A lot of New Year's diets got kicked off real well then. So yeah, it's weird. We have never had a hiatus on Live Lunch Break before, but Peter wanted to go to Russia for Christmas, and I had to sell some blood to make enough money for my presents, but that's okay. We're here now. Thanks so much today. Before I announce the artists, I've always wanted to do this because when you pay big money at Madison Square Garden or the Forum in Los Angeles or whatever, and it's a touring international band, they always go, "Please welcome from London, England," or wherever it is. And we have not, I get to say today, please welcome from New York City, Kevin Kane with Joyce Dee.
Thank you for having us, Rick.
Thank you.
Thank you all for coming out. Glad it's not freezing or raining. The first song I'm going to do by myself, and then Joyce is going to join me for the rest of the afternoon. First one is for Carl Kelly and Mark Monsell. Carl Kelly was a great singer from New London who died a couple of years ago. Everything is longer ago than I think. Maybe it was 5 years ago. He used to play in bands at Waterford High School, which was a really long time ago. And he used to play Reflections of My Life, Mark Monsell on the bass. And it was a beautiful song. And I would sit there waiting all night for them to play that song because it was so slow and beautiful. And then they would play it, and I still would be afraid to ask anyone to dance. But this is where I heard Reflections of My Life, which this song is based on. The band that night played song The Orange Marmalade. Had a hit with The Summer of Love. We slow danced together 4 minutes forever. The ballroom light spinning above. Reflections of my life. And then the band said goodnight, and we were finally getting out of that place. But the night wasn't over. Soon we were in Clover, dark ball field out beyond second base, where my baby told me that she would hold me forever, never let go. Wide-eyed deceiver, why'd believe her? Why did I let her go? I spent 20 years leaving, then in an airport in Cleveland, she was laughing, asking, remember me? Beneath the roar of a jet, I asked, does a blind man forget who he's with the first time he could see? She asked me what happened to this one and that and to the old friends we used to see. Beats me what I told her. I guess they're all older. All I know is what happened to me. My baby told me that she would hold me forever, never let go. Wide-eyed deceiver, why'd I believe her? Why did I love her so? My carnation was crushed, our faces were flushed with summer heat and spiked lemonade. When they played it that night, Reflections of My Life, by a band called The Orange Marmalade. Yeah, my baby told me that she would hold me forever, never let go. Why'd I deceive her? Why'd I believe her? Why'd I let her go? Thank you. I'm going to do Joyce and I are going to do a song from a musical that I wrote, Romeo and Celeste. That was first produced at the Guard Theater in 1989, I think, a long time ago. Jim Stidful produced it at Waterford High School after that. It's been done a number of places. Now we're going to do it at the Telegraph. Hey, Jim. Hey. You're on TV.
All right.
Oh, hang on a second. Nice to see everybody here today. Joyce? Woohoo! I love my baby, she don't love me. I love my baby naturally. I love my baby, but my baby threw me out. I love my baby every day. I love my baby in every way. I love my baby, but my baby threw me out. But since she left, I got no one left. All by myself, I got no one to be kissing on, 'cause I won't kiss on anyone else. I love my baby, she don't love me. I love my baby naturally. I love my baby, but my baby threw me out. I love my baby every day. I love my baby in every way. I love my baby, but my baby threw me out. The winds will come and the winds will blow and the rain will rain down too. There'll be a silver lining to the clouds I'm climbing in. To my own self I'll be true. I love my baby, she don't love me. I love my baby naturally. I love my baby, but my baby threw me out. I love my baby every day. I love my baby in every way. I love my baby, but my baby threw me out. Thank you very much. Who stole the list?
Klepto here on the bandstand.
There's a song that I wrote.
There you go.
That was about something I was struggling with, I thought. And then I heard someone else singing it, and I realized it wasn't about me at all. I don't struggle. I probably should, but I don't. And then, so the lyrics changed a bit after that, and it became about something else.
All the hills you gotta climb, all the roads you gotta cross,
all the money you gotta spend, and at such a cost, just to take you further away from the truth. And the truth is this: all of the mobs you gotta face, all the battles you gotta fight, sometimes just seeing the stars in the middle of the night will bring you closer to the edge of the truth. And the truth is this: time is a knife, you just see the flash of a blade in the dark, and your life is past. And when the truth finally cuts you free, you'll be free at last, free at last, free at last. Could happen slow, yeah, it could happen fast, but could come to the truth, and the truth that you'll see, only the truth will set you free. All the mobs you gotta face, all the battles you gotta fight, sometimes just seeing the stars in the middle of the night will bring you closer to the edge of the truth. And if that ain't the truth, what is? Time is a knife, you just see the flash of a blade in the dark. Your life is past, and when you finally come to the truth, you see only the truth will set you free. Realize, realize, could happen slow, could happen fast, but you'll come to the truth, and it's then that you'll see that only the truth will set you free. Realize, 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 could happen slow, could happen fast, but you'll come to the truth, and it's then that you'll see that only the truth will set you free. Thank you. We've been, or I've been certainly, hearing about a lot of people that want to take their country back. I wonder who they want to take it from. Take it from Joyce? Take it from me? When you peel it from my cold, dead fingers, right? As they say. A lot of angry people out there. Here's a song about one of them. Life ain't no bed of roses, that much I already knew. But hard and tough as it was where I come from, don't compare to where they sent me to. They taught me to pierce the perimeter, to go in and to cut and to kill. We're gonna find out when the shout is over. I ain't lost that skill, I ain't lost that skill. You don't know what it's like, I ain't lost that skill. It's like riding a bike. All my old friends are gone to the wall. Death and dying ain't nothing new. They put a gun in my hand and they taught me to kill. It's all they taught me to do, and I ain't lost that skill. You don't know what it's like, I ain't lost that skill. It's like riding a bike. We're gonna find a man and come up with a plan to send me over there. I'm gonna find a man, put a gun in my hand and send me over there. I'm gonna find man, come with a plan and let me over there. I'm gonna find the man, put a gun in my hand and let me over there. The cutting taxes for the man and send me over there. The man will lay me off. But the trade that they taught me well. And over there, I was the boss and I ain't lost that skill. So you don't know what it's like. I ain't lost that skill. It's like riding a bike. What are you gonna tell me when there's nothing to say? When you're begging me to spare your life? You're gonna point to a picture of your pretty little girl. Point to a picture of your young new wife. I ain't lost that skill. You don't know what it's like. I ain't lost that skill. It's like riding a bike. I'm gonna find a man to come up with a plan to send me over there. I'm gonna find a man, put a gun in my hand and send me over there. I'm gonna find a man, come up with a plan to let me over there. I'm gonna find a man, put a gun in my hand and let me over there. And I ain't coming back until it's over there. No, I ain't coming back until it's over there. No, I ain't coming back until it's over there. No, I ain't coming back till it's over there. No, I ain't coming back until it's over there. No, I ain't coming back till it's over there. Thank you. Do another one? Yeah, all right. We're going to do a bunch more, but we get to interview Rick a little bit and see what's actually going on in this town.
Gotta get geared up there.
Yeah,
right?
I do. The harmonicas all come in separate keys. Whatever key, the guitar, I can play all the different keys, but this is my E minor harmonica.
Well, that's one way to play in all the keys, right?
Yeah. This where we're gonna sing a prayerful song. When I was a child, my mother taught me to pray. Right, Mother? My mother's here today, and I still pray. Very often, my prayer is, Lord, help us. I read the newspaper and I say, Lord, help us. My goodness. But that's a prayer, right? That's good enough.
That is a
right?
prayer.
Here's another prayer. Blind man lying on the side of the road. Blind man lying on the side of the road. He cried, "Whoa, Lord, how could this be?" The Lord said, "Blind man, follow me." The Lord said, "Blind man, follow me." Deaf man was lying on the side of the road. A deaf man was lying on the side of the road. He cried, "Whoa, Lord, how could this be?" The Lord said, "Deaf man, follow me." The Lord said, "Deaf man, follow me." Drunk man lying on the side of the road. The drunk man was lying on the side of the road. He cried, "Whoa, Lord, how could this be?" Lord said, "Drunk man, follow me." The Lord said, drunk man, follow me. I was lying on the side of the road. I was lying on the side of the road. I cried, oh Lord, how could this be? The Lord said, I'll call you. Don't call me. The Lord said, I'll call you. Don't call me. The Lord said, I'll call you. Don't call me. The Lord said, I'll call you. Don't call me. The Lord said, I'll call you. Nice sound. The tambourine gives it a nice churchy feel, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes after we sing that, Joyce will say to me, oh my goodness, can you imagine God saying that?
Don't call me.
Joyce is much more devout than I am. But we're both nice people. Right? Rick, thank you for having us.
Well, Kevin, it is a pleasure. Thank you guys for being on Live Lunch Break. Kevin Kane, Joyce Dee. As you can tell by my sweatshirt, I went to Baylor, which is the largest Baptist university in the world. And if you looked at my grades, it pretty much summarizes that, in fact, God said, I'll call you, don't call me. So there's that aspect of it as
But
well.
he does call us.
Yes, he does. You just have to listen.
Exactly.
It's very nice of you guys to come all the way down from New York City. As we said at the start of the show, from New York City. But actually, we know that Joyce is from Kansas City. And we know that you, Kevin, grew up around here. What specifically is your little local background?
Well, I grew up in Waterford, went through Waterford schools, and then ended up here after college. And was here for probably like 12 or 15 years. Worked at the O'Neill in the summers. Ended up having a play at the O'Neill. Worked at the Dutch Tavern. Started the Dutch Tavern Players largely with 2 or 3 other guys, and was in the playing music and in the art scene here. I acted in the children's theater and hung around downtown New London until we did Romeo and Celeste at the Guard, and it went really well. And I thought, God, if I had done this in New York City, maybe I could quit tending bar at the Dutch. And I moved down to New York City, and I it didn't happen, but.
Well,
but I'm making enough money that my wife lets me keep doing it.
Well, you know what? You in that autobiographical segment, I can sort of see where the wealth of the diversity of your songwriting comes from. Because in that first set, we heard stuff that me coming from the South, I would have associated with gospel, Deep South gospel, work songs, folk, blues. All that's in there, right?
Yes, as much as I can.
And why does that? What did you listen to?
A lot. I listen a lot to things, and I read a lot, and I lived in the South for a while. I lived in South Georgia, and I lived in Houston for, never for a long time, but 3 or 4 months in each place, and I liked it a lot, and I paid attention. I don't know.
I think a lot of people that live in Houston don't live there very long if they have their
why
way.
would you, right? Yeah, summer comes.
That's me as a Dallas guy saying that. But now, tell me how. Now, I don't want to spoil what's coming in the second set because there's a kind of a, if I may be so ridiculous, sort of the free bird or the stairway to heaven of your repertoire would be this song that I really like that y'all are going to play. And Joyce has a principal role in this song. How did you guys meet? Joyce has had a very nice career singing with all sorts of session folks whose names you will recognize. So tell us a little bit about what you do and where you've been, Joyce.
Well, having come from Kansas City, I attended college in Washington, D.C., and I figured that would be a good starting point, introduction to the East Coast without going cold turkey into New York. Crash course into New York at 17, 18. But once moving to New York, I began doing session work and toured I've toured with people such as Jonathan Butler, Regina Bell. I've had original material recorded by Grover Washington. I've toured with Dave Stewart of the Eurythmics, and some record credits with PM Dawn, Basha, a few people such as that, to name a few.
Very nice. Now, how did you guys meet?
We met, actually, I guess it was a case of divine order, because seeing especially how I love this genre of music, and I consider it an ordering of steps. I started teaching at a school in Riverdale, doing an after-school music program about 5 years ago, and they used to have a benefit concert in honor of a fallen fireman from 9/11. And I participated on the program that Saturday evening, and Kevin participated. We both did different things, and he just remembered in my performance and contacted me after the fact and said, "Hey, these songs, I want you to check out these songs."
I called her as soon as humanly possible. Joyce is also a wonderful piano player, and she did a Carole King song that night.
Yes.
Sitting at the grand piano, and I was thinking, oh, she sings better than I do. She would be great. And I had a partner at the time who had just moved to LA, and I had some songs that, the one in particular that Joyce is going to do, that I needed someone who could sing. And so I called her up right away, and we've been working together on and off for 4 or 5 years now.
Well, there's you have very distinct and different vocal styles, but it works very empathetically.
She's really good.
I was not saying that. You inferred negatively, Kevin.
Beauty and the Beast, right?
It works very well.
Yes, yes.
There's a very charm to it.
It's the nicest thing.
Well, it's
said
some of
all
my
day.
Kansas City country sing elements in there,
Right.
which is why the genre, the songs really speak to me. And if you know that part of the country, you know that Missouri is really the Bible Belt, and you hear the Southern, you hear the gospel, you hear the country,
Right.
and you hear the blues element, you hear all of these genres in this music, the folk, and
Well, you have also a little bit of a jazz blues tinge to your voice, which I also associate with Kansas City jazz. We're speaking with Kevin Kane and Joyce Dee here on the first live lunch break after our first ever winter break. And thank you. We have a house full, and it's not just your relatives.
No.
I mean, you got some relatives here, but
Yes.
you got a lot of people here. And
Yeah.
thank you guys for being with us. It's always a pleasure. So what I thought I would do now is, because I'm looking forward to, all I'm going to say in advance is that we don't want you to forget that it's Black History Month, and that'll be sort of my tease for what you guys got coming up. So if you would, say hello again to Kevin Kane and Joyce Dee.
The other 11 months are Pink History Month. It's funny that they give the shortest month to black folks, right? Not funny, but God bless you.
It's an extra day.
that's so
Yes, yeah.
it's an extra day, an extra hour.
Speaking of the South, I was down in New Orleans 5 or 6 years ago, or 10 years ago. Everything's longer ago than I think. I don't know if it's, when I think of something, if it's 40 years ago, or 4 years ago, or next week, or if it hasn't happened yet. And when I went down with my girls, and I took my guitar, they wouldn't go near me, and I went on Jackson Square, which is where all the paddle boats come in. And I stood on the sidewalk, and I put my hat down, and I banged in my guitar, and I howled for an hour. And I made $17. And my buttons were popping off. I was so happy. I'm singing Hank Williams, and I went home or back to the apartment we were renting. And I was so impressed. I'm bringing home the bacon, and my wife wasn't so impressed. She took the $17. This is a song that I wish I could say I wrote in New Orleans, but it's set in New Orleans. There's a woman in the other room just waiting for me to show. Her door's unlocked and her window's up, but a Bourbon Street band's playing down below. Where's my love, my Evangeline?
Where'd she go? Where's my love, my Evangeline? Where'd she go? There's a babbling foreign conversation, and it's running through my head. Except for that woman, I've been all alone and too tired to go to bed. Where's my love? Where's my Evangeline? Where'd she go? Where's my love, my Evangeline? Where'd she go? The wrought iron rails have rusted in the night. The women sing along and the sailors fight. Rum and coke spills and the sidewalk sticks. In a hotel lobby, there's a man getting it fixed. Where's my love? Where's my Evangeline? Where'd she go? Where's my love, my Evangeline? Where'd she go? The tar in the street in the afternoon heat gets soft beneath my shoes. As we walk through the harbor and the crowded streets that took me away from you. Where's my love? Where's my Evangeline? Where'd she go? Where's my love, my Evangeline? Where'd she go? The flower in my shirt is faded red. The end of desire is where she said she'd meet me, wearing a wedding dress on the outskirts of town where the trains go past. Where's my love? Where's my Evangeline? Where'd she go? Where's my love, my love, my Evangeline? Where'd she go? I wrote her a letter, pen and ink, to remind her of my hand and of the songs I sang while walking the street through the crowded foreign land. Where's my love? Where's my Evangeline? Where'd she go? Where's my love, my Evangeline? Where'd she go? Where's my Evangeline? Where'd she go? Where's my love, my Evangeline? Where'd she go? Thank you very much. I don't know where she went.
Well, we have to
Thank you,
send out a
Joyce.
search warrant,
I really
search
wanna
party, and look for
thank
it.
Joyce Dee so much for doing this. She's going to take another break. I'm going to sing, actually, the night that Joyce told you about. It was a memorial. There was a man, Bill McGinn, who lived down the block, a couple of blocks from where I live. He was one of the first responders and went into the South Tower of on 9/11 and has never been seen since. Where's Bill McGinn? They dedicated a new auditorium at the school where my girls went to, the Bill McGinn Auditorium. And when they opened it up, like 6 months after 9/11, they had about 300 firefighters in their beautiful blue uniforms. And I sang this song for Bill McGinn, for his wife, really, Annie McGinn, who's a really nice woman. And this is the song that I sang for her. Oh my goodness.
Wrong key.
No key.
No key.
Such a nice setup I just did, and then I wrecked it. Be my honey, be my honey, be my honey, be my dear, oh dear. When we were young, a lifetime seemed so long. Now it seems just yesterday that you went away, left me here singing this old song. Be my honey, be my honey, be my honey, be my, be my honey, be my honey, be my dear, oh dear. You're the only one I ever truly loved. You can come back to me and be my honey, be my honey. Honey, I'll be here. Be my honey, be my honey, be my honey, be my do 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 do. My dear, oh dear, the mere mention of your name makes me blue. All this time we've been apart hurts me to the heart. I always have and I always will love you. Be my honey, be my honey, be my honey, be my honey, be. I made a CD, a record of songs for and about Elvis. That I had 2 or 3 songs. I always liked Elvis. He was
Who didn't like
Rick,
Elvis?
I don't know. Like he turned into a little bit of a joke, a bit, or a parody of himself. But boy, like when he was young and all of us at the time, he was just such a tragic figure, and he moved me a lot. He moved me. I'm all shook up. So I ended up just one song after another, kind of tumbled out. Songs for and about Elvis. And I made a CD called Bless His Soul that maybe 2 people in here have heard, and they're the only people who ever heard it. I don't know. It's on iTunes every once in a while, like the Elvis Club from Australia. Somebody will buy something, and I get $1.32 in the post, and I'm bringing home the bacon. I leave that check on the table for 2 weeks. It's my royalty check. Don't move that, honey. Here's one of the songs that was on the Elvis album. That Train. Ready, Joyce? That train left the station. That train left the station. That train left the station and gone. So that train left the station. That train left the station. That train left the station and gone. Got to the platform 4:45 to see the king of rock and roll arrive, but that train left the station and gone. There's no one here, the station master said. Don't it all, neither quick nor dead, no, that train left the station and gone. The king is gone, the station man said. He looked a little tired, but he seemed well fed. Put the supper too often out in bed, no place left to lay his weary head. That train left the station, that train left the station, that train left the station and gone. That train left the station, that train left the station, that train left the station and gone. The whistle sound long and hard. The man gave her some steam and she left the yard. Yeah, that train left the station and gone. Yeah, give us some steam and he give us some sand. He left Memphis last night for the promised land. Yeah, that train left the station and gone. He said, thank you very much, and then he said, so long. The man behind the curtain said, the king is gone. He left the building, though the building still stands. It's an empty shell without the man. That train left the station, that train left the station, that train left the station and gone. That train left the station, that train left the station, that train left the station and gone. All shook up, love me tender, then he said it's time to return to sender. That train left the station and gone. He could have sang all night, he could have stayed forever, but he said, let's roll, it's now or never. That train left the station and gone. Firebox glowed red, burning number 9 coal while the king sang song. Bless my soul, rolled into a tunnel just out of town, riding rails of steel. John Henry laid down. That train left the station, that train left the station, that train left the station and gone. That train left the station, that train left the station, that train left the station and gone. I'm going to do another one that from that collection of songs. Elvis sang a lot of really beautiful gospel songs, and I had written a number of kind of rock and roll songs. I tried to write things that sounded like he would be singing, or songs like that sounded like kind of his rock and roll style, that were kind of about him. But I wanted to end the collection of songs up in case anyone ever listened to it. I thought it would balance it nice if we ended with a really as pretty or not pretty, as reverent a gospel song as I could come up with, and it sounds really nice when Joyce sings it. So, a poor man in the eyes of the Lord. In the eyes of the Lord, Elvis was a poor man, right?
Yes, he was.
As we all are.
As are many of us.
And no, my mother is rich. She's wealthy in the eyes of the Lord. She's poor here.
Well, that's, yeah.
Yes, Joyce, she is. Yes.
Yes.
Like I imagine your mother.
As
right?
am I. As am I. And as was she. I'm a poor man in the eyes of the Lord. Though I piled up the treasure, He uses another measure. I'm a poor man in the eyes of the Lord. Open my lips, Lord above, that my mouth may declare your praise. Sustain me with the will and spirit. Teach me to walk in your ways. I live my life of ease in a hard, hard place. You just might be my saving grace. I'm a poor man in the eyes of the Lord. I'm a poor man in the eyes of the Lord. I'm a poor man in the eyes of the Lord. Though I pile up treasure, He uses another measure. I'm a poor man in the eyes of the Lord. I'm weary, Lord, and I woke up this morning feeling poor. Hard, they say, for a rich man into heaven's door. I've stood alone in the spotlight and heard the crowds of people roar. But I'm a poor man in the eyes of the Lord. I'm a poor man in the eyes of the Lord. I'm a poor man in the eyes of the Lord. The pound of the treasure, He uses another measure. I'm a poor man in the eyes of the Lord. I'm a poor man in the eyes of the Lord. I'm a poor man in the eyes of the Lord. Though I piled up the treasure, He uses another measure. I'm a poor man in the eyes of the Lord. I'm a poor man in the eyes of the Lord.
Thank you. A few years ago, I was the opening act for a historian, a writer, who was given a lecture at a college in New Jersey. And the producer of this series, I was going to go on, and we were singing. He was given a lecture on Abe Lincoln and Frederick Douglass. And I was going to sing with a friend of mine. We were singing songs from the Civil War and civil rights songs. And they asked me if I had a song about Frederick Douglass. And I didn't. But the money was pretty good. So I said, well, see if I can come up with one. And I did. And Joyce is going to sing it for you right now. Get comfortable. This is Frederick Douglass lived a long time and he did a lot of good. And we're going to account for a lot of that here. So get comfortable.
My name is Frederick Washington. I was born in Baltimore, sold to a wealthy family there in before. I was hauling ashes, cooking, cleaning all those kitchen chores when I first seen young Frederick Douglass coming in right through the front door. He was a young man, bored from his owner, made to work for nothing all day long. I helped to teach him his letters, though they said that was wrong. I watched him grow, smart and strong. He never showed no sign of fear. Carved his name into a tree one time, he said, just so they know I was here. He'd write again and again and again in the dirt there with the hole. Till one day he said, they sent me here to help you, ma'am, but to do that I've gotta go. He slipped off just like a sailor one night on a ship bound for New Bedford, Mass. Make a world a better place was all he ever asked. He looked like a sailor, angel of the Lord, leaving out the door. When he walked away, I knew in my heart I'd never see that man no more. He was a big man, a radical man. He had a great big head of hair. He said, when I leave this world, they're gonna know that I was there. He was a big man, a radical man. He had a great big head of hair. He said, when I leave this world, they're gonna know that I was there. Oh. He went on to write books and to give speeches. I guess I taught him his letters well. They gave him heck for the things he said. He gave them hell. He didn't take the back of no one's hand. You better know that too. He said, it's possible for me. It's possible for you. I'm not a quiet man, he said. I didn't come here to sit still. He wanted change to be immediate and everywhere and unconditional. Well, he was gone and I'd hear his name, so I'd know what he'd done and where he's been. He even made his way down to Washington, where he called the president his friend. He said exactly what he wanted when he sat down with the president. When Lincoln said no, he said, I'm telling you, not asking you. That's just how that went. He didn't bow down to no one, and he'd have no one bow down to him. He called slavery just what it was, low down, dirty sin. He was a big man, a radical man. He had a great big head of hair. He said, when I leave this world, they're gonna know that I was there. He was a big man, a radical man. He had a great big head of hair. He said, when I leave this world, they're gonna know that I was there. He come back last month to Baltimore. Hadn't seen him in nearly 30 years. But I went with the crowd to hear him speak. He had strong men there shedding tears. At one point in his speech he stopped, looking out at something only he could see. and he said, "Is that you, Miss Comfort Washington?" And he was looking right at me. He was a big man, radical man. He had a great big head of hair. He said, "When I leave this world, they're gonna know that I was there." He was a big man, a radical man. He had a great big head of hair. He said, "When I leave this world, they're gonna know that I was there." Oh. Better man than me. Mr. Lincoln was right. Blind man could see that in the middle of the night. Yeah, my name is Comfort Washington. I was born very poor. Spent the first part of my life a slave down in Baltimore. He was a big man, a radical man. He had a great big head of hair. He said, "When I leave this world, they're gonna know that I was there." He was a big man, a radical man. He had a great big head of hair. He said, "When I leave this world, they're gonna know that I was there." He was a big man, a radical man. He had a great big head of hair. He said, "When I leave this world, they're gonna know that I was there."
Thank you.
Thank you.
It would have been silly to have me sing that song. Huh?
Thank you for that song, Kevin.
Thank you for singing it so nicely.
Thank
I
you.
can't tell you how delightful it is to sit here and hear that. It's wonderful. You should all try that. We're gonna end up with an old love song that I wrote last year. I guess we're kind of working with all these kids in the Bronx, and they never heard of doo-wop. And I say, God, you guys, you know, this is where it was invented. The guy who wrote Shaboom, his grandson is one of the teachers at my school, and you know, that's where it was invented. So I tried to learn some doo-wop songs, and I ended up writing one for my boys. It's kind of looking forward to spring song. Walking down the street, first day of spring, and who should I see walking down the street toward me but the girl I love, the girl with the big brown eyes. I never seen her on this block before. What a surprise, how do you do, I said, and I tipped my hat. Fine, and how are you, she said. That was that,
except for my heart, which seemed to stop, and it started again, and it went pitter-pat, 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 doo-doo-doo, doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo, should I walk on down the street, away from all I love, or stop and take a peek? What was I thinking of? I could hear the birds singing in the trees. I could see the blossoms blossoming all around me. And then she stopped and touched her cheek, like there was something that she forgot. And I remember the sky was blue, and I remember I was not. And I remember how new the whole world seemed to be to me. As she turned to take a peek back to do, when my heart went pitter-pat, 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 do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. And now that we're together, she tells me that her heart went pitter-pat too, do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. It went pitter-pat, do-do-do-do-do-do-do. This is where you can all sing along. Do-do-do, do-do-do-do-do. Look at everybody singing. Do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do-do. It went pitter-pat. Thank you all so much for coming down. Thank you, Rick. Thank you, Rich. Come down to the Telegraph and buy records and CDs. I always do. And mostly thanks to Joyce Dee for making this trip.
Thank you so much.
Usually their budget doesn't cover an extra singer, right?
In y'all's case, we made it happen.
Free print newspapers.
Very lucky to have spent some time with Kevin Kane and Joyce Dee. Thank you guys so much. Travel safe back to New York. And let's not wait on the exotic land Elvis clubs. Get on iTunes. Look up Kevin Kane. Get those royalty checks.
Yes,
the bacon.
yeah,
Bring
yeah.
home the bacon.
Bring home the bacon. Yeah.
I'm Rick Coster on behalf of the Day and the Telegraph Records. Thank you for spending some time and a live lunch break with us. Next week we got right here Brian and the White Birds. I believe is that right, Rich? Brian and the White Birds? Is that named after the It's a Beautiful Day album? The first song on the It's a Beautiful Day? That's why they pay me the big bucks. All right. Thank you guys so much. Travel safe. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.